Hey guys, welcome to Vlogmas. Just don't mind me here with my cup of tea. Yum. How cute is this mug? I got me and Ben like matching little Emma Bridgewater mugs for Christmas last year. One like this and one with Christmas biscuits on. Because we do like to have for breakfast like special biscuits and tea around Christmas. Anyway, enough of random Christmas stories. Today I'm going to talk with you about my winter skincare. My skincare routine has to adjust slightly in winter, and I'm sure like a lot of people's does, because obviously it's very cold and that can lead to very dry skin and lots of other problems. If you're new here, I'm sorry if you're a subscriber and you're bored of hearing me say this. I feel like I worry about that when I say it, but if you are new here, I have systemic lupus, so a lot of the stuff obviously is also coming from that point of view. But I do consider myself someone that's lucky to have good skin by society's standards of that, like as in I don't get a lot of acne, I just don't have a lot of skin problems other than because of my lupus. So I have a permanent butterfly rash that's here, sort of goes down here and all the way up here on my skin. Today it is covered with makeup, the art of makeup. But yeah, I do have a butterfly rash always, so you will see that in the skincare clips I'm going to show where I've got no makeup on, and if you're around here a lot you would have seen it before. Yeah, and that ranges from just being like sort of looking like it does to being very bumpy, very sore, burning hot sensation constantly when it's really bad, like if my lupus is flaring, but particularly that happens in summer because how rude, because my lupus is affected by the sun and UV rays and heat. But something I struggle with because of my lupus in winter is every winter for 4 years now I get a different kind of rash on my eyes, mainly in the inner corner. It sort of goes to sort of there, and then I sometimes get patches underneath here as well. And the first year I got that, it actually scarred my eyelids, which is something that can happen with lupus. The rashes can scar, and also like when you have lupus, and I also have fibromyalgia, I don't heal the same as like healthy people. It takes longer for me to heal. Sometimes I won't heal properly. Yeah, so just bear that in mind, because that'll sort of come into play when I'm chatting about my skincare. But let's get into it. So my winter morning routine. I do my skincare first thing when I've woken up. Brush my teeth and do my skincare is literally my go-to. And I start off with a cleanser always in the mornings. And I recently have been loving the LMS Pro Collagen cleanser. I really love it, and my skin really loves it. Like, I have been using the Liz Earle Cleanse and Polish hot cloth cleanser for 2 or 3 years now and loving it. But I kept seeing people recommend that LMS cleanser for makeup remover in particular. So it piqued my interest because I have suffered because of this rash on my eyes, actually, is when it sort of started at the same time. But even though the rash goes in spring, my issues with makeup remover remained, where it doesn't matter what I tried, it would make my eyes so swollen and sore and red. But yeah, the stuff I'd used my whole life, suddenly I couldn't use anymore. And then I tried everything that was like dermatologically tested, ophthalmologist approved, sensitive eyes. Like, I tried everything and none of it worked. I then started using a cleansing water, and I used that for a couple of years, and that was the best I'd had in terms of that problem with my eyes. Like, it still happened, but very minimally in comparison, so that was good enough for me because I felt like I'd tried everything. I kept seeing people say that this cleanser was really good for not damaging your eyes like that. And so I tried it for that, loved it, and it really doesn't affect my eyes. Like, I'm mind blown. So then I started just using it as a cleanser because I really enjoyed using it. I like the feel of it, I like the smell of it. Normally smells really bug me, but it has got a smell, but it's a nice one that I like, and it's quite faint. So yeah, and I started using it, and actually as soon as the weather dropped and got really cold, I found that my skin was liking that more than it was liking my Liz Earle one. So now I've been using that every morning instead. After I've used my cleanser, I then use a serum, and in the morning I use one that has salicylic acid in it, which is great for any acne you do get. I find that so I said at the beginning I don't really suffer with acne, but I do get hormonal acne sort of around here at that time of the month, and since using that, it's seriously minimised that. And I love the smell of it and the feel of it. It's very refreshing for first thing in the morning. So I use that next. Just sip my tea. And then straight after that, I moisturise, and my moisturiser is ridiculously expensive. It's outrageous. But when I was looking for skincare for my wedding, because I realised when I was practising my wedding makeup, because I did my own wedding makeup, that your skincare and your skin prep is maybe more important than the makeup or how you do your makeup. Like how it will look in the end, I swear your skincare is more important than the makeup itself. And so I got really into skincare, and I found that, and I read all the reviews. It came on like a list of like most hyped up products, like that people love in their thousands, and oh my god, like it had a million reviews and they were all raving about it and saying stuff in particular about how it's great for sensitive skin, which I have, about how it causes like no irritation, about how once you use it you won't want to go back. And you know what, I played myself because it's true. Like as soon as I started using that, any moisturiser that I used to love that I've used again since, like if I've run out or if I don't have the money to rebuy it and so I've had to like wait and use something else, I've hated it. And my skin has hated it. Like I can see the difference in my skin. It's wild. And so yeah, I love that moisturiser, and actually that's something that has to be different for me in winter. I use more moisturiser, a lot more actually, because I do get very dry skin in the winter if I don't moisturise properly. And actually I've been naughty in that I've not been using face masks at all for the last few months, just because I've been unwell. I ran out of them. I just haven't restocked. I've been buying Christmas presents for people instead of buying face masks for myself, and it's just been how it is. But normally I love that as well through winter to like really help. And my favourites I will put on the screen because they're great for really moisturising your face in winter. So then after that, I use sun cream. Now I have to use sun cream every single day all year round on my face and my hands if I'm going out and stuff, and then obviously everywhere else in summer because of my lupus. But I actually really recommend using sun cream every day to everyone on their face because it's great. Like it's just so good for your skin. The sun is so bad for your skin. Like, I know I'm like really pale. I'm translucent in a lot of places on my body. You can fully see all my veins. It just is what it is. But like actually I've always liked my pale skin. But also like it's great for anti-aging, like because the sun really ages you. It's just good for skin protection, and the quality of my skin is just better when I use it. So yeah, at the moment I'm using this one that I will be showing you on the screen. I have another one that I love, I ran out of, and so I've just been using this one until I run out of both, and then I'll rebuy both. Because they're very different in their consistencies and textures and when I like to use them. The one you're seeing I love because it's quite watery actually, which I've never really used a sun cream like that on my face before that my face has enjoyed. But this one I love. I have no issues with it. I actually really like it, and it's great for sun protection. Like it actually does work. I used it in the Maldives, we were all good. I used it all summer, all good. So yeah, sun cream. And then the last thing really for the mornings, if I'm wearing makeup, I don't do this if I'm not wearing makeup, I'll just finish at my sun cream. But if I am doing my makeup, I use another serum, which might be weird, but it's the Glow Recipe one, and I kept seeing people say that, again, it was for my wedding makeup, that was like the best base for your makeup, that like your makeup holds all day when you use this underneath it. And it's true. I've never enjoyed like the look of my base on my face when I do my makeup more than when I used this serum right before. And actually, when we were in the Maldives on our honeymoon, I used that a lot instead of my other serums, and it's great. It just looks, makes your skin look healthy, glowy. It just does what it says on the tin. I love it. And then my evening skincare in the winter. So if I'm taking my makeup off, I use the Pro Collagen Elemis cleanser. And the way that you do that is you actually just rub it on your dry face, on your makeup as it is, and you warm it up and like rub it into your hands, and it like melts. It's lovely. You rub it all in, and it can feel a bit weird on your eyes, I must admit. Try not to use too much on your eyes if you do get it or if you have it. And then it comes with a microfiber flannel. I run that under hot water and then rub everything off, and honestly it comes off so easy and I get no swollen eyes. It's amazing. And then if I'm not taking my makeup off, I at the moment don't actually cleanse anymore before bed. So I was having obviously this rash on my eyes, but also having like, I don't know, my skin just felt irritated, and one night it felt super irritated and I thought, I'm not gonna actually like do too much to my skin before bed. So actually now my routine, if I'm not taking my makeup off, is I literally just splash my face with cold water, like wash it with cold water only, dry it, and then do the next steps. But I don't actually use any kind of face scrub, face wash or cleanser in the evening. And actually my skin has been happier for it. It's been less dry for it, less irritated for it. So that's what I've been doing this winter. So then the serum I use in the evening after cleansing or washing my face is another Caudalie one, and I will show it. And it's great for minimizing any like dark marks, scarring, stuff like that, which I get a lot of. So if I do get a spot, say I get a spot on my chin that's hormonal, again, like everything else, I won't heal the same even with spots. So they last really long even after they're like not a spot. It could still look like I've got spots because their mark stays for ages. And that's why I bought this serum again before my wedding, because it was really recommended for that. And actually I do think it really has helped the appearance of like the dark marks and scarring I get from any sort of mark on my face, really, including any rashes that have scarred. I then moisturise, which you will see with the same moisturiser again, the Dr. Barb one. Yeah, I love that moisturiser. And again, I'll use a bit more moisturiser than I usually would the rest of the year. Like even spring and autumn, I don't use hardly any of that moisturiser because it goes a long way. But in the winter, I'm using more, and yeah, my skin has been happier for it. And then occasionally in the evenings, I will use a oil as well on my skin. So I leave the moisturiser to properly soak in. It's normally sort of half an hour later or more that I will then go up, and I have the oil in my bedroom and I'll put a little bit of that on. Sometimes use a face roller as well. I just think basically for me in particular, maybe it's different for you, but for me, moisture is the way forward in winter because of how cold it is here in the UK. And obviously I have like different treatments and creams, and I have like a steroid ointment and stuff like that that I'm currently using on my rash on my eyes, which is helping, so that's good. But I'm not going to show those just because obviously it's very particular, and it's not something that you will need to go and buy. But like if if you're having problems, definitely speak to your doctor or try and see a dermatologist to get help for that, because that's sort of how I had to go about it to get treatment for mine. That's really it for my winter skincare. So the major things that are different are just that I moisturise more and I scale back a bit on the skin products. Like all through the year I've been using the Glow Tonic, Pixie Glow Tonic exfoliant, and loving it, but it's been too much on my winter skin, so like I've removed that completely from my skincare routine. And just like I said in the evening, I most of the time now won't cleanse. I will just wash my face with water and then do the next steps. I just think it's been kinder on my skin. I do have very sensitive skin, so if you have tougher skin, lucky you. You can probably continue with your normal skincare routine, but I have to slightly tweak mine throughout the year in order to get the best skin possible. The best skin possible. I don't really like terms like best skin, good skin, because like skin is skin, and if it's doing its job, then it's good. And like it's just pushed on us, isn't it, that there's this idea of good skin versus bad skin and what that is, but like all of it is perfectly normal for human beings. So, and also I always put this in any videos where I talk about skincare, because I do think I am blessed with good skin, and I like always feel it necessary to tell people that I'm pretty certain that good skin is mostly genetics. Like, I really do think that, because I think you could go around your whole life chasing after products and going and getting expensive treatments and whatever else, when actually, like, a lot of it is just your genes. Don't beat yourself up. It's probably not anything you're doing, and it's probably not something that some expensive cream can fix. It's just genetics, and like, I know that can be really frustrating, but I think it can also be helpful, because then if you're looking at someone online that you think, wow, she has perfect skin, I wish I had her skin, and it's probably because she's using this really expensive. No, it's not. It's probably because of her genes. And like, yeah, I do think I've been blessed in that department, and so I just always like to put that out there, because I just think it's not, I think a lot of it isn't to do with the products I use. It's just that I've always been quite lucky, and that's because of my parents' skin and their parents' skin. That is it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please do like this video and subscribe if you aren't already, and let me know what you've tweaked in your skincare routine, or if you have any products that you're really loving this winter for your skin, because I love checking out new skincare. It's become a love of mine since going through bridal and wedding makeup and skincare stuff. So yeah, definitely let me know, and I will see you in tomorrow's video. Bye!